When intelligence agencies need to quell civil unrest, they use a formula of confuse and control. I'm going to explain to you exactly how that is playing out in connection to the shooting so that you are less likely to fall for their manipulation. It is substantially less likely for people to rally behind an action if they doubt that it is fully in alignment with their beliefs. Planting just enough doubt in the minds of the population at the very least delays further action. Not only that, but in order for these agencies to identify and target key players and then infiltrate and cut off the head of the movement, so to speak, that would take a massive amount of time and resources that they do not have, especially when the public reaction was so big and so quick. That leaves confusing the masses as the only play they have for the time being. So let's quickly review all of the misleading and contradictory information we've been given. We have the mismatched pictures. He's a professional. He's a normal guy. He used a veterinarian gun. He used a 3D printed gun. He was hired. He was acting on his own. He was tipped off an employee or tipped off by a customer. In general, sowing doubt that the working class turned on itself and that there wasn't as much unity as you might have thought. Trying to make the issue partisan and general doubts about whether or not the man in custody is the shooter. Consider the public officially confused. So now they work to take back control of the narrative. You've probably noticed you're seeing less regular people talking about this and far more of the mainstream media. Notice how I didn't tag this video in connection. That is why you're seeing it. Whether or not the guy in custody is the real shooter, they need the story to be real enough that you empathize with it, but not so much that it motivates further action. Anything that crosses that line will be suppressed. They also need him to be ambiguous enough that they can sway the story just enough so that you personally start to feel like he's not part of your group. And they're hoping that our algorithms are tailored enough that we never see it happening. If you've been paying attention, you have watched all of this play out in real time. If you don't want to be manipulated by these actions, the secret is very simple. It is separating what you know for certain versus what you were told. For this case, it's really easy. We only know two things for certain. The CEO of United Healthcare was shot and killed. The working class had an immediate reaction to rally behind someone they perceived to be fighting back against the system that has victimized us all. That's it. That is all we know for certain right now, and likely all we will ever know for certain. What we choose to do with that information is for each of us to personally decide for ourselves.